I was getting ready for work. My phone rang, I went and picked it up, and my brother was just yelling, saying, "Dad's dead, he's been shot." And I just remember screaming, saying, "No." And just shaking and screaming.
So ended the life of Les Sber. 2 years on, the impact of his murder is still very much alive.
I don't really understand how someone could think that they have the right to take someone else's life. No matter what they supposedly think Dad's done to upset them, how could he possibly deserve this?
Les was in town to inspect horses at the Inglis yearling sales. He was staying at the Crown Metropole Hotel for that weekend.
These are CCTV images of Les Sber at the Crown Metropole before he left. And this is the very last image of Les Sber alive. For reasons still unknown to detectives, Les Sber left his hotel room here at the Crown Metropole and travelled to Middle Park. 28 minutes later, Les Sber would be dead.
He parks his car in Beaconsfield Parade near Langridge Street. At around about 9:35 p.m, residents hear a series of shots. Les collapsed onto the road. The offender then caught up to him and fired at least one more shot. Witnesses observed the offender run off towards Langridge Street, and that was the last he was seen.
Former South Australian trainer Les Sber gunned down in cold blood on Sunday night. So far, no murder weapon has been recovered, and the shooter remains at large. With her father's murder all over the news, the family then faced an unimaginable ordeal.
Mum and I will never forget that moment. And, you know, they pull the sheet back and you have to identify him, and we spent some time with him there, talking to him, and he was so cold to touch.
There have been some sustained reports in the media that Les might have had some corrupt links to the racing industry. What relevance does that have to this investigation?
There is no evidence to indicate that Les Sber was involved in any kind of corrupt activity within the racing industry.
Les Sber first came to prominence in the 1969 Melbourne Cup as the strapper for Rain Lover.
Throughout my childhood, he was a horse trainer and he was working 7 days a week. But he always found time to spend with my brother and I and my mum. And he was just a real hard worker, and he always put us children first. He made sure we both had, you know, a good education, and he just wanted me to try and go to university and have the opportunities that he didn't have. It was hard for us not to be involved in horses. You know, it was a passion we both shared, and we would talk about horses. One of the last times I saw him was we were at the Gold Coast Magic Millions spending time together.
Racing was a big part of their lives. Victoria was at one stage married to controversial jockey Danny Nikolic. Sber himself became a trainer and owner. He owned horses with people from all walks of life, including Ron Medich, who's now facing charges over the murder of Michael McGurk. Coming back here in the cold light of day, Beaconsfield Parade in Bayside Middle Park just doesn't seem the place you'd pick to arrange a murder. It's a 4-lane main street and plenty of houses, big picture windows, and of course, plenty of potential witnesses. But like so much about Les Sber's death, there's just a lot that doesn't make sense. Not to police, not to his friends, and not to his family.
There were a significant number of people in the area at the time. You know, some stopped, some kept going.
There were a number of witnesses then to that fatal shot.
That's correct. The offender is described as general height, general build. The most significant thing that most witnesses have described is that the offender had long blonde hair.
So what evidence do police have to go on? Police have created these identikits of the man they're looking for. He's of medium build and height, but the distinguishing feature is his hair. The reward for information on Les Samba's murder is among the highest on offer in Australia.
The reward is up to $1 million. It's a life-changing sum of money for most people, so it would certainly go a long way to starting a new life.
My family and I would be really, really grateful if they just please came forward and shared whatever information they have, even if they think the information might not be significant. Perhaps it will be. I could speak for myself and my brother and my mum that we all often think about Dad's final moments, how terrified he was. You know, was he in a lot of pain? It's just horrendous.